Have you ever sat quietly and felt your heartbeat, really listened to it? I'm not talking about when you're out of breath or excited, I mean those quiet moments. Early morning, just before the sun rises. Or maybe late at night, when the house is still, and it's just you and your thoughts. Have you ever asked yourself, is my heart still strong? Still dependable? Or has it started changing without me even realizing? Here's something that most people never tell you. After the age of 70, your heart, yes, the one that's been working tirelessly for decades, starts to go through changes. Subtle at first. Quiet. Almost polite. But those changes can be the difference between feeling alive and just surviving. Now, I want to be clear about something. This isn't a conversation about fear. It's about awareness. About being informed. Because you deserve to know what's happening inside your body. Not in cold, clinical terms, but in a way that feels real. Personal. Like someone you trust is sitting beside you, just having a heart-to-heart.so. Let me ask you, have you ever found yourself getting tired faster than before, climbing stairs and needing a moment to catch your breath, feeling lightheaded, even just while standing up from a chair? Or maybe, your heart skips a beat sometimes. Or it feels like it's racing when you're just sitting still. And you wonder, is this normal for my age? Or is something wrong? You're not alone. In fact, millions of people in their 70s and beyond quietly carry these same questions. They go to bed wondering if their heart will keep them safe through the night. They wake up hoping they still have years of vitality left, not just years of existing, but years of really living. And I'll tell you something that might surprise you. Doctors have known for years that the aging heart behaves differently. It's not just about disease or lifestyle, it's biology. But here's the problem. Nobody explains this in a way that feels human. That feels personal. That's why I'm here, because you deserve more than just charts and numbers. You deserve to understand your heart like an old friend, someone who's been with you through every high and low. Every heartbreak, every triumph, every silent prayer at 3am.so. Let's talk about what actually happens to your heart after 70. And more importantly, what you can do about it. Let me tell you a story. A man I met recently, let's call him Walter, was 74 when he told me this. He said, I wake up every morning and feel like I'm living in someone else's body. I used to be strong. I used to jog. Now I get winded tying my shoes. Is this just old age? Or am I losing myself? And that hit me. Because it's not just the body that changes. It's the confidence. The identity. The feeling of control.so. Let's start from the beginning. What actually happens to your heart after 70? First, the heart muscle itself begins to thicken slightly. It's been working nonstop for 70 plus years, pumping blood day and night, without rest. Over time, those muscle fibers stiffen. Think of it like an old rubber band. It still stretches, but not quite the same as it used to. This means your heart doesn't relax as easily between beats. That can cause the chambers, especially the left ventricle, to fill more slowly. Which, in simple terms, means your body might not be getting the same rich supply of oxygenated blood, especially during activity. And what does that feel like? Fatigue, shortness of breath. A slower recovery after walking or exercising. You're not imagining it. It's not in your head. It's your heart, aging in silence. Now let's talk about something called arrhythmias. You've probably heard of atrial fibrillation, or AFib. After 70, the risk of developing irregular heartbeats increases dramatically. Not because you did anything wrong, but because the electrical system that controls your heart gets a bit glitchy. Your heart has a natural pacemaker, the sinoatrial node. With age, this node sometimes fires off beat. That's why you might feel like your heart is skipping or fluttering, especially when you're resting. Sometimes it's harmless. Sometimes it needs attention. But either way, it's your heart sending a signal, hey, pay attention to me. Then there's the arteries. Over time, they become stiffer too. That means your heart has to work harder to push blood through them. Think of it like squeezing toothpaste through a narrower tube. It takes more pressure, and what does that lead to? Higher blood pressure, greater strain on the heart muscle, and if not monitored, heart failure. But let's pause for a second, because I don't want to overwhelm you. This isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to empower you, because here's the truth: most people don't say these changes are natural. But natural doesn't mean powerless. You still have a say. Every single day, I've met people in their 80s who turned their heart health around, not by doing anything extreme, but by listening to their body, asking the right questions, and making small, steady changes. So if you're sitting there thinking, well, I'm already in my 70s. Isn't it too late? No. It's not too late. Your heart is still listening to you. Every breath you take, every walk you go on, every time you choose rest, connection, or laughter, it listens. It adjusts. Even now, your heart is rooting for you, and you might be thinking, okay, this is interesting. But what can I actually do about it? What do doctors really recommend? We're going to get there. But before we jump into the solutions, I want to help you truly understand something powerful. You've made it this far. Through loss. Through love. Through nights when your heart ached in ways no one else could see. Your heart is more than a muscle. It's a living memory of everything you've survived, and that deserves care, respect, and understanding. In the next part, we're going to talk about the top silent warning signs most seniors ignore, and what you can do today to keep your heart stronger, longer. But for now, take a deep breath. Place your hand on your chest, that steady rhythm. It's your story, and we're just getting started. Take another breath. A slow one. Feel it move through you now. Listen, your body is always talking to you, especially your heart. But here's the thing, after 70, the signs it gives us become quieter, more subtle. They don't always come as chest pain or a dramatic collapse like you see in movies. Sometimes, they're more like whispers, gentle nudges, little things we brush off because, well, we're used to brushing things off, aren't we? I can't tell you how many times I've spoken with someone like you, who said, I thought I was just tired. I thought maybe I didn't sleep well. I figured it was just part of getting older. But the truth is, your heart might be trying to get your attention. And if we don't listen, we miss the opportunity to help it before something serious happens. So let's talk about the quiet warning signs your heart might be giving you right now, not in medical jargon, but in real life, everyday language. The kind you can feel and understand. Let's start with fatigue. I'm not talking about the kind that comes after a busy day. I mean that deep, dragging tiredness that doesn't go away even after a good night's sleep. That heavy feeling in your arms or legs, like your body's moving through molasses. It's easy to blame it on age, but ongoing fatigue can be a sign your heart isn't pumping as efficiently as it used to. Your muscles may not be getting the oxygen they need, especially when you move around. Then there's shortness of breath. Now, sure, everyone gets winded going upstairs, right? But what if you're getting breathless while folding laundry? Or during a conversation? Or walking from one room to another? Your heart and lungs work together. When your heart weakens, fluid can build up in your lungs, making it harder to breathe deeply. And here's a detail most people don't realize: this breathlessness often shows up when you're lying down. If you find yourself needing more pillows at night or waking up gasping for air, that's your body saying, something's not right. And then there's swelling, especially in your feet, ankles, or lower legs. This can be from fluid retention, a sign that your heart is struggling to circulate blood effectively. We usually chalk this up to salt or weather or just bad circulation. But if you see swelling every day, or your shoes start feeling tighter, it could be a sign worth noticing: irregular heartbeat, or that fluttery, jumpy feeling in your chest. Many people describe it like a bird flapping its wings. It might come and go. Sometimes it's harmless. But especially after 70, it could be atrial fibrillation, a condition that increases your risk of stroke if left untreated. Even if it doesn't hurt, it matters. And then there's something you might not expect: mild confusion or memory lapses. Wait, what does that have to do with your heart? Well, your brain needs a steady flow of oxygen-rich blood to function clearly. If your heart isn't delivering it well, even a slight reduction can affect your thinking. If you or someone you love starts having trouble focusing, or feels foggy more often, it might not be just senior moments. It could be a circulation issue. Let's be honest, our generation, your generation, was raised to be tough. You were taught to push through, to not complain, to handle it yourself, but the body doesn't work that way. It needs us to notice, to be gentle with it, to check in. Especially when it speaks in these quiet, persistent ways. Now let's take a breath and shift towards something even more important. What can you actually do about it? Here's what many doctors won't say clearly, but needs to be said: it is never too late to strengthen your heart, not at 70. Not at 80. Even at 90. There's no magic pill. But there are real, simple things that, done consistently, can change the course of your heart health in remarkable ways. Let me walk you through a few that matter the most. First, move gently, but move. Your heart is a muscle. It needs use. You don't need to jog or do aerobics. Walking is powerful. Just a 15-minute walk, twice a day, can lower blood pressure, improve circulation, and give your heart the steady rhythm it craves. If walking is hard, even seated movements can help. The key? Consistency. Think of it like brushing your teeth, just something you do, every day. To care for something you want to keep a second, pay attention to salt. I'm not saying to eat bland food forever. But most people don't realize how much salt is hidden in processed foods, soups, canned goods, frozen meals. Even bread. Too much salt makes your body hold on to fluid, forcing your heart to work harder. You don't have to eliminate it, just be mindful. Check labels. Try herbs and lemon for flavor. You'd be surprised how quickly your taste buds adjust. Third, know your numbers. Blood pressure, cholesterol, heart rate. These aren't just numbers, they're signposts. They tell you how your heart is doing behind the scenes. Get a simple blood pressure monitor at home. Make it a small morning ritual. It's not about being obsessive, it's about staying informed. If something seems off, you'll know. And you'll be able to act before a crisis. Fourth, don't ignore your emotions. Now, this might surprise you, but your heart responds deeply to how you feel. Chronic stress, loneliness, sadness, they all take a toll. Studies show that loneliness can be just as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Let that sink in. If you're feeling isolated, reach out. Call an old friend. Join a walking group. Talk to your doctor about how you're feeling emotionally, not just physically. This isn't a luxury, it's heart medicine. And finally, fifth, ask questions. Always. Don't settle for vague answers from doctors. Don't feel embarrassed to bring up a weird symptom. This is your body. Your story. If something doesn't feel right, speak up. You've spent a lifetime advocating for others. It's okay to advocate for yourself now. I want to leave you with a moment I'll never forget. A woman named Grace. She was 79. She said to me, "I thought I was just getting old. But I didn't realize I was slowly disappearing." That line haunted me. She wasn't talking about death, she was talking about losing the little joys, walking her dog, baking, laughing with her daughter. Because her heart couldn't keep up anymore, but then she changed her routine. Started walking every day. Cut down on salt. Had her medications adjusted. And do you know what she told me a few months later? "I feel like I'm back. I don't just exist. I live again." That's what I want for you, not to fear what's happening in your body, but to understand it. To work with it. To trust that even now, your heart is still listening. Still willing to fight for you. In the final part of our talk, we're going to cover the top 5 doctor-recommended habits to keep your heart thriving after 70. These aren't complicated. They're practical, doable, and real, but for now, let this settle in. Your heart has been loyal to you for 7 decades. It's still here. Still beating. Still believing in you. Let's help it keep going. You've stayed with me this far, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. That tells me something about you. You're not giving up. You're not just letting time slip by. You're ready to protect this beautiful, loyal organ that has carried you through every season of life. So let's talk, heart to heart, about what you can do right now. Not complicated, expensive, overwhelming things. No. That's not what you need, and that's not what works. I'm talking about 5 doctor-recommended, science-backed, real-life proven habits that anyone, yes, even at 70, 80, or beyond, can start today. These aren't temporary fixes. These are gifts you give yourself. Every single day. Let's take them one at a time. Point 1. The power of purposeful movement. Let me say this gently but clearly, your heart needs movement. It doesn't have to be a gym workout. In fact, the best movement is the one you'll actually do. The kind that makes you feel good, not punished. Start with walking. 15 minutes around the block. Or even just back and forth in your hallway if you can't get outside. Add a few arm lifts while seated. Gentle stretches in the morning. A few slow squats while holding the back of a chair. It all adds up. Here's what doctors have found: even 20 minutes a day of light movement can lower your risk of heart disease by 30 to 40%. That's huge. And it doesn't require equipment. Just you, your breath, and your body. So today, when you finish this video, I want you to take a short, peaceful walk. Just one. And notice how your heart feels afterward. You might be surprised. Point 2. Eat with your heart in mind, not just your taste buds now. I know, food is joy. Food is memories. It's Sunday dinners and birthday cakes and secret family recipes. And you don't have to give that up, but your heart has very specific needs after 70. It needs foods that reduce inflammation, that help your arteries stay flexible, that keep your blood pressure low and your cholesterol balanced. So here's what that looks like: simply more leafy greens like spinach and kale. They're full of potassium and help regulate blood pressure. Berries like blueberries, raspberries, they're antioxidant powerhouses. Nuts and seeds, just a handful. Think almonds, walnuts, chia, salmon or sardines if you enjoy them. Rich in omega-3s, oats, quinoa, and beans. Gentle on the stomach and great for your heart. Less processed meats, heavy salt and sugar packaged, frozen dinners, fried foods. You don't have to overhaul everything. Just choose one heart-friendly swap each week. Over time, those choices stack up. And your heart feels the difference. Point 3. Get the sleep you deserve. You might think sleep doesn't matter as much anymore. But oh, it matters. Lack of sleep increases your risk of high blood pressure, arrhythmias, and even stroke. Your heart needs time each night to rest, repair, and reset, but I know sleep can be tricky after 70. Maybe you wake up a lot. Maybe your mind races. Or maybe your body just doesn't settle like it used to. So let me give you a few gentle tricks. Stick to a sleep routine even on weekends. Avoid TV or phone screens an hour before bed. Light from those screens can block melatonin. Keep your bedroom cool and dark, and try something simple but powerful: a gratitude ritual before bed. Just say 3 things you're thankful for. It calms the heart, brings peace. Your body listens when you're kind to it. And a good night's sleep is one of the kindest things you can give. Point 4. Nurture your relationships. They're heart medicine now. This one might surprise you, but studies show time and time again that loneliness is as dangerous to your heart as smoking. Isn't that incredible? Your heart is emotional. It responds to love, touch, laughter, connection. After 70, many people feel left behind. Kids move away. Friends pass on. The house gets too quiet, but you are not alone. Make that call you've been meaning to make. Write that letter. Ask your neighbor to join you for tea. Join a local group. Volunteer once a month. Even 5 minutes of connection a day can improve heart health. If you're grieving, I see you. I hear you. It's okay to feel that weight. Just don't carry it alone. Let someone walk beside you, even if it's just for a few minutes each week. Your heart was made for relationship. Don't deny it that gift. Point 5. Be your own advocate. Ask, speak, demand answers. This one might be the most important of all. You have a right to know what's happening in your body. You have a right to understand every test, every number, every medication. You are not a burden. You are not just getting older. You are a person with decades of experience. And you deserve clarity and respect. So the next time you see a doctor, ask, what is my heart health risk today? Are there tests I should be getting that I'm not? Can we go over my medications together? Are there lifestyle changes you recommend specifically for me? And if the answers feel rushed or unclear, ask again. Or find someone who will truly listen. You are worth the time. Never forget that. Now let's take a breath together. You've made it through a lot in life. You've raised families, held jobs, loved and lost, survived decades of change, joy, pain, and growth, and your heart, it has been there through it all. It may be older now. It may have a few scars, but it's still beating, still showing up, still loving. That means something. And now, you have tools. You have awareness. You have the knowledge to support your heart in this next season of life. But more than anything, I want you to remember this: you are not too old to feel good. You are not too old to matter. And your heart is not done yet. If no one's told you today, you're doing better than you think, and I'm proud of you. Take that walk. Make that call. Choose the salad. Laugh more. Sleep better. Ask questions. Trust yourself, and always, always listen when your heart speaks, because it's speaking for a reason, and it still wants to carry you through many beautiful tomorrows. Thank you for spending this time with me. You're not alone on this journey. I'll be here whenever you need to talk again. Take care of that heart. It's been taking care of you for a very long time.